Hey there, this is Juan, and today I want to briefly show you a great and simple way to leverage on AI to start materializing product or business ideas that you have in your brain, but you might not necessarily know how to do so because probably you are a founder or an entrepreneur running a business, but you don't have the technical expertise to do this kind of things. Probably you have industry expertise, but not necessarily the kind of expertise around code or software or developing an idea, a website, or a web app. So I want to briefly show you a great way, live, unedited, raw, that you could leverage on AI to start spitting V1s, prototypes, drafts, just simple versions of your idea so that you can then pinpoint with the team and have more clarity on what you want to do. And I think these things are also going to help you have more clarity yourself on the kind of stuff you want to do. So I'm going to do a few tests here live using tools like Claude. I also have an open conversation with Grok that I'm going to show you briefly. And then I have a document. So let's say I have an idea for an app, which is a CRM app, right? This is something that I actually have been personally thinking about in the past weeks. And I have this idea, but I don't really know how to build the app. I don't really know where to start. I think it's too much. There are hundreds and hundreds of CRMs or even thousands of CRMs out there in the world. So why would I do it and how? And the first thing I'd like to do is to start with a set of questions that I pretty much just ask myself. And you could, instead of asking these questions yourself, you can even use Grok, for example, which I have opened here, to create a set of questions. So in this case, I told Grok that I want to write copy for a high converting single page landing page for a new app I'm building. Before writing the copy, which I'll probably do with an AI tool like Grok, Gemini, or Claude, I want to craft a small document with questions and answers about the business, right? So what questions do you think this document should answer? And then Grok gave me a few different questions about who is the ideal user for the app, what specific problem or pain point are they facing, what does the app do in one clear sentence, different things that I just simply copied and pasted into a Google Doc. I didn't really do any kind of test by comparing the result of Grok with Claude or GPT or Gemini. That's also something you can do, but it's just way too much for me right now. I just want to do something really straight. So I did this thing. I have this information here that answers that I have an app called Human Deal. That's just the name I came up with in 2 minutes. Who is the user for the app, specific problem or pain points, goals or desires they have towards this problem, alternatives they're currently using. Just very basic apps that anyone can answer that don't require any kind of technical or development expertise, right? But these pretty much answers my vision and my main thinking around this idea. Now, I want to transform this into something I can use to actually, sell or promote or validate this idea, or even just see this materialize. I don't want to build the app. I'm just going to build a sales element in here, which in my opinion should be some kind of waitlist or initial pitch landing page, as I mentioned before. So I'm going to grab all of this thing. I'm going to export this as a PDF, and then I'm going to take that into Claude and Grok just to see what happens. I'm going to try Claude right now because I just want to try it out for writing. So I have this exact same document that I just showed in PDF, and I'm going to go to Claude. I'm going to say, I have attached a PDF file containing questions and answers about a business and app that I want to build. So read these content and write a full copy for an entire single page landing page that drives conversion, something like that. Let's try it out. There you go. So I'm not going to really read this for the purpose of the timing of this video, even though it's looking pretty cool. It's basically dividing the entire thing into different sections, which is great. All right, so I'll just simply copy all of this really fast. Let me know. I'm not a huge expert in, there you go, copy contents in Claude. So I'm just really experimenting live with you here. And I love using V0 by Vercel for this kind of things, because the cool thing about V0, without getting into the technical stuff, is that you can prototype a landing page without really a lot of design, but something that looks good enough really fast. So let's try it out. I'm just starting a chat from scratch with V0. I'm going to say, I need your help designing a high converting landing page for my web app. This landing page should drive conversions. Let's say something like that. And then below is the entire copy you should use to build this landing page. And I'm going to just paste the entire thing from Claude. So let's try this. V0, what's currently doing, V0 is actually a tool mainly for like developers, front-end developers primarily, or even like back-end developers needing to rely on a front-end tool. And right now it's actually writing code. So just ignore what's going on here for a few seconds, because we don't really care at all about what's going on here. We're just going to wait until this finishes laying out the entire thing code-wise, and then we're going to get a visual result, which is exactly what I care about right now in this video. So V0 is literally creating the front end of a website right now for us. This is actually quite funny to see, because maybe you don't understand anything about code, but a great way to learn at least a little bit how an HTML file gets structured is by just seeing a developer, or in this case, V0, writing it for you. I think it's really funny. So this is just one of multiple tools you can use to do this kind of work. But I think V0 is just great, because even though you should wait for a few seconds until things get created for the first time in this case, and then it gets faster as you iterate, you will literally get a real website in just pretty much no time at all. So there you have the preview. So the best way to see this is by clicking here, which is open a new tab. And this is going to just preview the entire website for you. And there you go. So this is a real site. This is not a photo. This is not like a design. This is an actual website. And I don't even know if this is completely aligned with the text and the copy that I sent, because obviously I would have to do my job and just sit and review the entire thing. I'm not going to do it for the purpose of the video. But what I want to show you here is that this video is lasting about 8 minutes right now, so it's just very little amount of work. I already have a concept in front of me of this idea that I have to build an app. And I can just read this thing and understand if this is actually what I want to do or not, if this resonates with my pain that I want to solve with this app or not. I can tweak on that really simply by just chatting with Claude and tweaking the copy, or chatting with V0 and tweaking things about this website. And once I reach something that resonates with me, I could literally go back to V0, deploy this thing very fast, because V0 is sitting on top of a server, like a cloud server. And once I deploy, which is actually doing it right now for me, I will get a custom public link for anyone to visit this landing page. And here's where things get really interesting. This feels slow, but this is painfully fast, actually. But yeah, you get the point. There you go. So now I got that link. It's a public URL. You can see here, human deal, blah, 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 Vercel.app. Once I'm happy with the result, I could even add some custom photos or whatever. Once I'm happy with the result, I can literally just copy that link and start sharing it with other people, peers. In this case, this is a CRM app that I'm going to build for busy founders. So I can just share this with other founder friends and get feedback on the idea to start shaping it up together. and I haven't even built an app yet. I'm not going to build an app for now because that's not the point. The point is understanding if the app that I want to build makes any sense for someone, right? And this is a great way to do it because I am just in ideation phase, validation phase, definition phase. And this is a great way not only to clear my thinking, but also get great feedback from other potential users, and then go back to AI, ask for feedback, ask for tweaks, send the feedback from other users as well, make those changes, push them live, get this new website updated over and over again until reaching something that actually makes sense for users. And eventually you have a new idea that is actually validated by your market, and you can start building on it. And then you can just obviously figure out how to build it, which is something for a different conversation. But I think this is a great starting point that many non-technical founders and even technical founders overlook. And I think it's a great way to start taking out all of your visionary ideas that you have in your brain outside of your brain, pinpointing it with a tool, which in this case is AI, that sparks a lot of creativity. And then you can just start actually getting material, tangible elements very fast. So thanks for watching. And if you like this one, just share it with another non-technical founder and we can keep the conversation going.